with Tom Brady will now begin. First question will come from Greg Allman.
Hey, Tom, happy Thanksgiving, first of all.
Thank you.
Just want to ask you, this season has kind of taken a nostalgia run here with all the AFC's teams, with the Giants, with the Colts, all these teams you have a history with. I know you're plenty fired up for any opponent, but just want to ask you what you think of when you think of playing in that stadium and the history you have.
Yeah, it's a team I've played a lot of games against and pretty meaningful ones. I don't think any of those will have any effect on this game this weekend. It's a totally different opponent, totally different style of play. Yeah, there's a lot of coaches here that coached the Colts at one time or another. So it's going to be a great game. I mean, they got a good football team. They're playing really well. They went on the road against Buffalo last week, played great football. They got a very good defense, some really, elite players, D-line, linebacker. So it's going to be a big challenge for us. We got to obviously, it's a short week for us and Thanksgiving. So a lot of things can be made of it. A lot of excuses can be built in, but we got to just push forward and go try to get a win on the road.
We'll go to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Tom, a little bit of a fun question here. I know that you have a lot of really unique taste when it comes to your diet. So what does a Tom Brady plate look like on Thanksgiving, or at least for this year?
It looks pretty much like everybody else. That's the nice part about this holiday for everybody. So just like everybody else, this is a very typical day. So I make my grandma's biscuits. Those are always good. The same ones she made when we were kids. So the kids asked for it. So that's my contribution to the house. Other than that, I don't do much.
Next, we'll go to Rick Stroud.
Tom, can you speak to the first series in the last game? You guys executed so well. There's some creativity. We saw the ends arounds with the receivers. Just what spurred that, and just how do you keep that going, right?
Yeah, just continue to find. We got to get guys the ball in different ways. So it's nice that everyone was able to feel part of it early, and those are important plays. And the best part is the execution was good. So we just got to keep executing well. Run game, pass game, really doesn't matter what we do. I mean, when we don't move the ball, it's usually our execution, which we need to fix.
We'll go to JC Allen. If you have questions, please raise your hand.
Hey, Tom, happy Thanksgiving first off. This game against the Colts is going to mark the first game after Thanksgiving when, as you've said, has been said in the past, is when the real football starts. Last year, you guys had that late bye week, turned it around, and obviously went on to win the Super Bowl. What kind of clicks in for you mindset-wise, just like getting the team together-wise to, throughout your career, just have such prolific runs in the month of December and after Thanksgiving specifically?
I just think at this point, this is when a lot of the work you've done really starts to pay off. It's not necessarily week 2 where you notice, hey, these are all the things that we've done over the course of the year the right way. A lot of it is you got to build an inventory of things that you're doing right consistently, and they may not show up through 4 weeks or 8 weeks, but over the course of 16 games, it all plays itself out. So, it's a time of year where you got to really start playing your best football. And, a lot of teams lose hope at this time of year. A lot of teams, work less hard. This isn't the time of year, in my view, to do less. If anything, you got to do more. You got to put yourself in a position to succeed, and you got to put yourself in a position to play well every week.
We'll go back to JC Allen. If any media have questions, please raise your hand. We have time for a few more.
And just, again, you guys have had some struggles on the road. This marks the first of 3 road games left for you on the schedule. What have you taken away from, the start you got off to last week and try to apply it to these road games, especially a place like Indianapolis, where they're known to add a little bit of juice to that crowd noise?
Yeah, you're exactly right. They do. So we got to be prepared for it. And we just got to play well early. We got to, try to keep the crowd out of it. So I think getting a lead is always important. Certainly on the road, as a team that runs the ball really well. They like to control the pace of the game, but we got to do a good job of that by playing good offensive football.
Last question will come from Rick Stroud.
Tom, you're aware of everybody on defense, right? But Darius Leonard has been an elite player. He's a guy that gets the ball out. So how much of a game record could he potentially be if you don't control him?
He's a great player. He's knocked the ball off, the opposing team quite a bit. He's done a great job, just, forcing the offense to do the right thing. He does a great job getting in the quarterback's throwing lanes and batting balls up in the air. They come down with a lot of interceptions. They're first in the league in turnover differential. So they do a great job getting the ball off opposing offenses, and they run the ball well. So that's a good formula for winning.
All right. That's
Thank
all
you,
we have
guys.
time for.
Happy Thanksgiving.